Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's see if we can fix some things with some lighting. Look at that. We have lights. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be streaming live and doing a quick activity. I'm going to be sneak peeking a activity that I've been doing, and I'll tell you more about it in just a moment. But I'm going to be sneak peeking an activity. I wanted to do this and spend maybe an hour or two, but I just want to take a moment to introduce the concept so that I can share with others. And then I'm thinking maybe this weekend, potentially sooner, I'll come back live and we'll sit down together and do it. So I want to show you all kind of what I've been working on, just pulling up a few links. I'm going to share this out so a few people join. If you're joining, please subscribe. That will give you the ability to leave a comment and interact and participate in this. And yeah, just give me a few minutes and we're going to get started. I hope everyone is doing really, really well. It is 11 degrees here in Michigan, 6:35 p.m. Wednesday, January 28th, and we're here to organize our photos and to get out of this storage prison. I know I'm not alone, okay? And I do pay for storage, but we screenshot things and we share things as we go, and we tend to just hoard a lot of information. So I wanted to create an interactive session that we could all kind of come to and organize our camera roll, get things, do a couple passes through where you can get things really quickly organized. And I have some tips that I'll share when we actually do the interactive session on how to do this really, really simple and easy, and you can keep up with it. And also create some content and store the things that you've been meaning to store. So when you're on social media and you see something, and you screenshot it, and it's just sitting in your phone camera roll, this is the session where we will address that. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm hoping you all can see. But I want to share with you first kind of like how this idea was inspired, and it's kind of evolved, and it's something that I will keep up and maintain and invite others to do the same with me. And so let me share my screen. So this is all about organizing January together. I've already done and started the 2025 year. And so how this all started is I wanted to go through my role for 2025 and basically create like a little yearbook where I can kind of reflect on things, um, have different photos. And it turned out to be a very reflective activity. And so I created a system that I can kind of batch and repeat this over and over. And I thought, why not share this with friends who want to do the same? And so this is essentially what we're doing today. And I want to share with you what the final result is, a sneak peek, because again, we'll do this as a interactive session in the upcoming week. But I want to share what my 2025 is currently looking like so far. End result could be, but I want to walk through kind of how I've been establishing this. And so this is kind of what this looks like. Let me go into the preview mode. And so this is January 2025. And so my focus, because there's so many, I have been trying to do a month at a time. But I thought, because I really love and enjoyed this experience and like reshaping and reviewing and shaping my year and kind of looking through and saying, wow, all this stuff happened. I thought, why not continue this up and do it at the end of every month? So instead of just always doing it at the end of the year and then having this big haul, I can host 4 hours too, and we can do it together, and we can maintain um, this environment. Oh, and so this is what mine looks like. It's kind of auto playing, kind of freestyled it as well. And so just want to be able to show you, like, some of it looks more of like friends and family. You get just an idea of, like, when I flip back through this, it always gives me a really warm feeling. So let's switch over to the slideshow and talk about how I've done this. And welcome to those who are joining, and thank you so much. And if you are watching the replay, make sure you subscribe and like this video so that I know to come back and do it again and again. All right. And let's share our presentation for today. Again, thank you. So the first focus is January 2026. So what I just showed you was January 2025, February 2025, my yearbook for 2025, and where the inspiration of the session is coming from. But what we're focused on is, this is January 28th. We only have a few more days left of January, which is why we'll do the interactive session at the end of January. We only have a few days left of January to kind of look through and process everything that we have. And so this is the time for us to make some space for February and to really get that camera roll from chaos to clarity. So grab your phone, get cozy, get a journal if you want, grab some water or some tea, and let's get started. Okay, so how I've done this is I've broken this into 4 passes to make this as we can. And when we actually do the interactive activity, I'll share my screen and I'll share my phone and like my Apple, and I'm sure Android too. I'll try to test this with a friend to see if Android works the same. But I will show you how you can set up these different views in your phone photos album, where this is so easy. You don't have to scroll through that whole timeline. You don't have to do any of that. You just need to search, create some albums, and then you'll be able to quickly pass through. And before you know it, it'll be cleaned up and you'll be on to February. And not killing your storage like me and some of my friends. All right, so the first pass is the delete pass, and it's the quickest and the easiest. And so what this looks like is, what I like to do is I go into my phone and I will search the month and the year. 2025. And you'd be surprised how many photos come up for each month. It's very interesting, actually. So my January 2025, I have 413 results. Some of them are screenshots, different events happening, work that I've done for clients, flyers, AI, playing around with AI photos, just a variety of different things. And so I just throughout my month just have been capturing things. And so now what we want to do is do that first pass. So you're going to set your timer. And so in our interactive session, we will set a 5-minute timer, and we'll scroll through and be ruthless and delete what you no longer need. Okay? And keep everything else. Don't overthink it. Just delete any accidental screenshots, any obvious duplicates. Don't worry about anything that is like a reference or something to save for later. We have another pass for that. just focus on what needs to be deleted, what does not belong, what do you not need. And we can do another delete pass towards the end, but I like to do that first, just getting rid of anything that we don't need. Okay, and so when we're doing the interactive session, we'll drop some emojis and some reactions in the chat, make this really interactive. But that is the first pass. Let me flip back over to my screen share. Any duplicates, you ladies who take a lot of photos, delete the ones you won't use, this is a perfect time to do that. So we set a timer and we get through that first pass. Pass number 2. Oh, went too quickly. Pass number 2 is the reference pass. So as you were going through and deleting different photos, deleting different things, you may have hesitated on some things. Maybe it was a recipe, maybe it was some workout videos that you saved because you're going to be more active this year. Maybe it is products you need to purchase or Amazon returns. Very often I screenshot like the Amazon QR code to keep. So this is going to be a longer pass because you really want to think about where is the system in which you'll save your references. And so for me, I have a second brain that I've built with Notion, and that's where I'll store mine, and I'll share more information about what that looks like, as well as I'll share more, just a sneak peek of it and just like what that process of adding references and the resources into Notion. But it could be a simple to-do list. It could be you can just do one page in your journal for now, but just something to capture these items. Now, if there are photos you want to keep, you really want to think about why that is and how you want to be able to reference them. So maybe you're creating another folder or album inside of the photo albums, or it's called Photos for iPhones, and I'll double check what it's called for. I think it's called Gallery for Androids. But however you want to separate the difference between things that you are just saving as notes versus things you want to actually reference. And pro tip, if it's a reminder, just go ahead and set a reminder, put on your calendar. Obviously not going to remind you inside of your photo album. So let's make sure that we do that. Okay. And so we'll set a timer here. I'll put some guides, and then we'll move on to pass number 3. And again, this can be recipes, screenshots. I have all kinds of things in my phone, to be honest, to give you some examples, some more examples of things I might reference. Bank confirmation. Sometimes those are just delete. Once they're done and it's been some time, just delete it. Or errors to certain websites. Maybe I sent them a support ticket. I've got ingredients to a supplement that I take that I shared with someone. And so this is just a way to really think about, I've got some presentations that I've watched, and just different photos as the person was presenting. And so really thinking about, how do I want to store this information? How do I want to be able to do, like, if you've read Getting Things Done by David Allen, he has this framework of how to capture your items. And I think we could even use something like that as well, which is the most exciting pass because we all could use more content ideas. Bear with me. The reason why I couldn't do a full live today is because my laptop is still on the way, and so I am on a different machine. So hopefully you all can hear and see me well, but if not, I will be back very soon to produce and present the same information in much more detail and to guide you through it. So pass number 3 is content. Find your gems. These can be social posts, story ideas. We're going to add these right to our content calendar. If you don't have a content calendar, now's the time to just establish a very basic one. It could be a spreadsheet. It could be, again, just a folder on your phone. Keep things as low touch as possible for you in this stage, because what you really want to do is just be organized. Just have a home for all of these different items. And so we'll pause for that. That will be a longer break as well. And then we will share in the chat what kind of content ideas did you discover? What types of things will you be sharing? Okay, and finally, the last pass, oops, is your recap. So that is essentially the yearbook for me, but it can be whatever you want, however you want to reflect and look back on the past year. You can create a reel, you can create a yearbook like me. You don't have to share it with anyone. This is for me. I don't plan on sharing my yearbook with anyone. Well, just some examples, but I don't plan on, that being a public thing. It's just for me, just like your yearbook from high school. And so, but if you want to create a reel, which I'll probably create reels for you guys as well to kind of do a January recap, Canva has really, really great templates, and I'll be sure to grab some. And so this is where we're going to recap, but we're also going to reflect at this stage as well. So once we pull all of our photos together in a separate album that will be used for the recap. So we'll kind of have like 3 different places that will sort photos. If you can imagine, if we had all the photos in front of us, we're sorting them. And then once we've sorted them, then we'll organize them and put them in a recap to share or not. It's up to you. And then we'll share with each other in the chat, of course, what made the cut, what didn't, and just mark favorites and all of that fun stuff. This is the fun piece. So once we do all of that, so let's say we've done your 4 passes. So you've deleted everything you've needed to delete it. You have put aside all of your references, things you need to reference, added to-dos, added reminders, calendar invites, whatever you need to do for those things you've screenshotted as reminders. And then you've also made notes of content ideas. You've got a content calendar rolling. Holy smokes. And now you've got a recap too, and you can look at the last month and say, wow, what a month. What a time it is to be alive. And you can reflect on that. So I have a few questions that will reflect live in the interactive session. The first one is listing 3 to 5 significant moments from January. And then we'll talk about what lessons did you teach, or what lessons did you learn, and what lessons taught you. And then we'll also talk about your overall mood and theme. We'll document some of these things. This can be in your journal. This can be in your Notion. I'm going to do mine in Notion. We'll talk about what went well, what didn't go so well, what are you thankful for, and then what wisdom are you carrying into February? What does February look like for you now that you've kind of reflected on January? I think this is a powerful moment in activity and exercise to be grounded in the present moment and to set intentions for your future. So we'll have some reflection time. Lastly, we'll celebrate. So ideally, if you've hung out with me for, it'll probably be 60 to 90 minutes. But if you've hung out with me, and so that is essentially the goal of our session. If you would like to register or RSVP, and you want to make sure that you get the notifications when we're there, feel free to send me an email or text message. And my email is chrissy@coloretic.com. And you can text 586-229-9097 to RSVP for this event. And I also wanted to share that for those who participate, I will have a gift for you as well. So make sure that you sign up. I'm going to try to also post this on Eventbrite as well for those who are interested. You can also share this with a friend, do this with a friend, go to their house. This is supposed to be interactive and fun, but also a way to keep your digital space organized. So that is all I have for you today. Let me just double check my notes. Beautiful. I have covered everything. I've learned to check my notes as a facilitator and presenter. I always forget to say something. And it is the worst. If you know, you know. So again, make sure that you are a subscriber so that you can get notified when I go live. I'll be going live and doing all types of interactive activities. Thank you again for being here with me. Whether you are actually organizing or just watching to learn a different way to get organized, this is a really, really interactive experience that I'm hoping to bring to YouTube Live. And so if you are interested, feel free to join. So subscribe, like this video, share this video. If this is something you're interested in, share it with a friend, share it in your sister circle and your communities. This is something to get us all organized. And I believe that is it. I am complete. I have a very beautiful evening planned ahead, but I hope you all have a beautiful evening as well. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone. Later.